Hi. So I don't know how this video is gonna go. This is a little warning. This will be a two-part video that I'm gonna post obviously on here. And this part particularly is really gonna be about my schedule. Well, my resume about my sport history, okay? What I've done in my life for sports, amongst many other things. And really my workout routine as well as a challenge that I'm gonna put myself through for that. The second part that is gonna be a video that is probably gonna come out next week, just the time that I film everything. You're gonna see why. Is really gonna be about detailing the workout that I'm gonna plan today. It's really gonna be about showing it if I can. I'm always in crowded places where I can't really film or things like that. So I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to film, but I'm gonna detail everything that I'm gonna talk about today. So if you want to take inspiration from what I do, I just want to put a warning out there. This is all lived experience. This is not like anything professional. I'm not a professional. I had advices from professional athletes, people that I've been in the sport for like so long, but this is all personal experience and I've been doing it for so long that please, if you are starting from the beginning, don't push it as far as me because you can be at risk of injuries, of your health. A lot of things can be at risk actually. But to start off, I'm gonna try to make it as quick as possible. To start off, I did dance for 8 years, and some people can say it's an art, it's not a sport. It's both. I'm gonna be honest. For being in both of those worlds, really like strongly, it's really both a sport and an art. Okay, if you do only on one of the two, you cannot. It's not dance. Okay, I've been doing it for 8 years, not anymore, but I did throughout my high school and before that. I did not do one particular style, so I did ballet, I did hip hop, I did pretty much everything to be honest. Then I did basket. I was at the beginning of my high school, but yeah, I did basketball for 1 year. I absolutely hated it. I was really not good at it, by the way, so don't ask me advice about that. I also did swimming lessons for 1 to 2 years when I was a child, and I something happened, not during my lessons, but something happened which caused me to have a lot of like a very bad fear of water. So although I did swimming lessons and all of that, I still don't know how to swim. To this day, I know how to survive, but don't ask me to swim laps with you. I can't. I also did gymnastics for 1 to 2 years when I was a child. Sadly enough, I lost everything. I used to do the split, but with two chairs and like I was like over flexible. Now I can barely do a 90-degree angle, which is really bad for the sports that I do right now. But anyway, I'm working hard on it. I also did soccer for 1 year. I did football, but for fun, not actually like in a team. I was refused actually on the team. Two reasons. One, I was too short to be on the board team. And second reason, I had too many concussions. So fun for me. And lastly, this is what I still do to this day. Not all of them, but this is what I still do to this day. It's CrossFit and martial arts. I've been doing martial art. I started when I was like 12 and a half, probably about 13. But I started, yeah, about this age. I started with karate, point fighting. Point fighting is the one that I've been the furthest into, like highest level, and I'm still working hard on it. I want to do more again. But I started with karate, point fighting, jiu jitsu after a little bit, like Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, and I think that was about it at first. But now at the place that I work out at, it basically they removed karate, they replaced it with kickboxing. So I do a little bit of kickboxing, but really like I wouldn't do a competition of kickboxing. This is really not my sport. I also started Muay Thai like as I grew up because as a child you cannot do Muay Thai obviously. And I also started CrossFit at the same place. But yeah, so this is my little summary. I know it was not short. I did that amongst many other things. I did a lot of art, a lot of other activities. It was actually crazy. But yeah, this is for the part about sports. This is just to tell you that I've been doing it for years. Also, when I started doing martial arts, I want to precise that I've followed the schedule that I'm gonna talk about, and I was training about 30 hours a week. So I want to go back into that, But this is why I'm saying, if you're a beginner, don't try to start at that. It's really a risk. It's a lot of effort. It's a lot of energy. It can be really draining. But yeah, I've stopped. The reason that I've stopped actually is because I was going to college and I could barely, like, my schedules were not working with what I was doing. So I don't like to do it like halfway. I like to really do it. So I basically stopped, and I saw the toll that it took on my physical health, my cardio, my mental health, my energy. Like, I'm always drained for the smallest things now, when before I could literally do 30 hours a week of training besides homework, besides school, besides a job. Listen, the energy is not there anymore. But I want to have the discipline to get back into it. And yeah, so this bleeds into this challenge that I want to put myself through. And it's basically to follow the schedule that I'm going to talk about for at least 6 months, to compare now my situation with what is going to be in 6 months, physically, emotionally, cardio, everything. Okay, my health, everything. And after that, I'm gonna follow up with it. Obviously, if it works, I'm gonna follow up with it, or I'm gonna adapt it. But I want to keep it for at least 6 months, see the difference also with my body, how it changes. And I'm gonna do an update in 2 months around my birthday, and one in at the end of the year, basically in January. Since we are in June, this is gonna be 6 months, 6 month mark. There we go. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to get all the discipline that I have to follow up with it. So, but now onto the schedule that I'm gonna try to put this really quick. It's gonna be a 3 part thing, but I'm gonna try to do this as quick as I can. So the first part is really gonna be about the runs. This is a beginner schedule that a girl that I know gave to me actually. She's been running since she was a child, and she's going probably for the Olympics in about, well, next time they're gonna come around. I think it's in 2 years. Anyway, so I think I'm in good hands. But yeah, I probably fucked up a bit the schedule, I'm gonna lie. But take inspire yourself from it, but do your own research, please. Okay, so this is a 2 week schedule that you repeat, obviously, but this is like 2 different weeks. The first week on Monday is gonna be a base run. So just you have a certain distance, regular, you go at your own pace. You note everything down all the time to compare like over time. But yeah, this is gonna be a base run, really classic. On Wednesday is gonna be intervals. So you switch pace. Spaces. Sorry. But yeah, so you go faster, you go slower, etc. Like you do like a 5 minute that you go at this rhythm, a 5 minute at this rhythm, or you can change the times, or whatever. You do whatever you want, but the point is to change the pace so your heart can like adapt, and it really trains the heart on that point. So that, and Friday is gonna be a long run. For the first week, it's gonna be a long run, and this is a longer run than you would usually do. You finish it. There's no pace. There's no time. You just do the long run, just to like keep up your endurance, basically. Now the second week, I know technically there's not supposed to be a weekend between those two, but this is where I kind of fucked up the schedule. My recovery run, which is smaller or slower, it's just really to keep up the cardio without working out too much. You do your recovery run on Monday, the second Monday, and then on Wednesday it's a tempo run. A tempo run is really, now you're gonna check the pace. So you're gonna keep the same pace, but you're gonna go like a certain time per distance, and etc. Okay? And on the last Friday, so the second Friday is gonna be a second base. So basically, like the first run, the base, but you're gonna do a second base, and it's gonna be really like a classical run. Now this was for the running part. For the second part is gonna be about the gym, because I do that in addition to everything else that I do. Um, I wanna do another warning. Usually, try to keep your days. Personally, I group muscles by what's working together. So on other days, I don't work the muscles that I don't want to work as much. I don't know if it's clear, but I group them in like what makes sense together. And also try not to put two upper body days one after the other, two lower body days. If you do that kind of schedule, like two full bodies, try not to do that because overworking a muscle is just as bad as not working it at all. But yeah, so basically what I do is I go 5 times a week, the whole week. On Monday I do back and biceps. By the way, this is written down there. This is why I'm looking down all the time. But yeah, Monday I do back and biceps, so everything that has to do with lats. I also do traps. This is usually not on the day that you would do it, but my Wednesday too full to add traps to it. So I do back and biceps and traps at times. I also do forearms. Not everyone likes to try, to work out forearms, but I think it's really, personally, I find it important, honestly. Now on Tuesday I do glutes and hamstring. Glutes is your butt, basically, it's your butt, and hamstring is the back of the thigh. So it's gonna be, I don't know, I forgot how it's called, but anyway, the hamstring. Now for Wednesday, I do shoulders, I do triceps, and I do chest. And this is why I'm saying this is one of the busiest days because I'm training three like kind of muscles, kind of different muscles, and I do really like long trainings of them. Thursday, I do quads, so the front of your thigh, and I do calves. I do calves a little bit more every day, but this is more like training of the calves. And on Friday, not everyone likes to do that, but again, it's really important and it's really about core. I do a core day, which is not the funniest. I don't appreciate it the most. But I love it, but I hate it. And I won't lie, I do core a little bit every day. I do abs a little bit every day. But core is really about the abs, stabilizers, everything that has to do with what holds the rest together, okay? And this is why I'm saying it's important. Like, let's say you're training your legs, okay? And you're doing squats, your stabilizers, your core. This is all training. This is all training at the same time. And also, another thing that I want to warn you about, when you try to work on glutes or quads, not calves, quads, often the exercises are really similar, but it's really the form that you're gonna use that is different. So be careful about the form if you don't want to like work out the wrong. Oh my god, the wrong one. I don't know what happened just there, but anyway. But yeah, so this is the gym part, which is also a little bit more complicated. But anyway, and the last part is really gonna be about martial arts that I do. Honestly, the schedule changes like a lot, but I train from Monday to Thursday. Usually I would train on Saturdays too, but to start off I want to train just Monday to Thursday. There is no training on Friday because I want to keep my weekend off to recover from all of that. Yeah, so I do CrossFit 3 times a week. I do Muay Thai 2 times a week if I don't do it in the morning. Jiu Jitsu I would do it 4 times, not five, 4 times a week. I just can't do Jiu Jitsu right now because of my piercings. I need them to heal. So because I cannot wear like a mask while I'm doing Jiu Jitsu, so I need them to heal first so I can remove them. And then I do kickboxings once in a while and point fight 1 to 2 times a week. But this is the one that I want to do way more. And when I say like 1 time, 2 times, etc., it's 1 hour. It's a block of 1 hour every time. But yeah, so this is my schedule. I'm kind of stressed, I won't lie, but I'm also so excited to see. I'm gonna try to start on Monday, but I will see. I will see. This is a lot of discipline, but I need to start. If I just wait all the time, I'm not gonna do it. So I need to start it off and hopefully it works. Also, last and final warning, if you do any of that, sleep is actually super duper important. A lot of people don't take it seriously. It's actually really bad for your health. If it's not bad for your health in the first year, it's gonna be really fucking soon, okay? So please take it seriously. Eat well, drink well, okay? Like, have healthier habits. You see a lot of people go to the gym and have a cigarette after, take a monster before, that kind of stuff. It can work. I'm not saying you're gonna, because that you do that, but what I'm saying is it's not good, obviously. And if you do it, that's your thing. But if you do a full schedule like that, you cannot run on that like for a long time. If you do it one time, it's not gonna hurt. But it's like if you do it over time, you're gonna tire yourself way too much because only this, just that alone, takes so much energy. If you don't fuel your body like you should, it will be 10 times worse. This is what I'm saying. It's not. I'm not shaming you into having only healthy habits and all of that. It's really not about that. It's really just a warning that this takes so much energy that you need to fuel your body right for it to work. Anyway, I'm excited to see, and I'm gonna post the next part. Probably, obviously next week because I need to film all week if I can. But yeah, I'm pretty excited to see in 2 months and in 6 months, and I hope to see you there. And if you join me on that, keep me updated in the comments, please. I really am curious about all of that, so please keep me updated, please. Anyway, take care of yourself, okay? And I love you. See you soon.